Hi everyone, my name is Lina. Welcome to my channel. And the video we're gonna talk about my 2025 TBR list. This is a cry for help. This is my way of holding myself accountable to read these books. I go into really bad reading slumps where I don't read for months and months, and then I read like 10 books in 2 weeks, and it's not healthy. It stops me from being productive, and those 2 weeks usually fall on my holidays, and I don't get to enjoy them as much because I realize that I've been in my bed at home every single day. So this is my attempt at balancing my reading and my passions with my school things. So I'm a college student, I study art, which is why I have to do a lot of practical projects. I want to find a balance where I can do everything at the same time, kind of. So first off, we have some tea. Grab yourself a cup of tea and make your own list with me. Share your own TBR list down below and give me some recommendations based on the books I'm gonna talk about right now, and let me know what you think about them. It's really important for me to know. Okay, so the first book I'm gonna talk about is Bardugo's Six of Crows. So I am about 200 pages in already. I have read the Shadow and Bone book, the first book, and I was not sure how I felt about it. I do love fantasy. I do love I love romance? I don't know. I enjoy romance in fantasy. No, that's a lie, I don't. Which is why I did not finish A Court of Thorns and Roses, unfortunately. Sorry. But I did watch Kari Can Read's videos on them, like 3 hours explaining the plot. I have watched the Netflix series, but I was told that it's not like the books, and they've changed the story somehow, and it's okay to read the books after watching them. However, I have also watched Stephanie Sue's video where she retells the story, and I kind of know what's going to happen in the first book. I have not got around to read the other ones. So my two first books for this list are gonna be Six of Crows and The Crooked Kingdom. Let me know if I should read King of Scars and the other parts of it. I don't think I will follow through with Shadow and Bone, Sage and Storm, and their Ruin and Rising. I don't think I will read them. But if it is necessary for the other parts, let me know so I can mentally prepare myself. We have Cassandra Clare. I know it's controversial, but I have read most of her books. That's saying a lot because she has way too many. Okay, so I have read The Mortal Instruments, The Infernal Devices. What is the other series with Emma? That one I've read as well. What I'm putting in this list is The Last Hours because I really want to get into it. there are some things that are stopping me from doing so. Two things, basically. So I'm not sure about the order of the books. I have read the Bane Chronicles. It's so hard to get through those. I think it's very hard because, it's a collection of short stories, and I love them, but it's not as engaging as a book. And I like a solid story, like one story. So I find it really hard to get into them and finish them. So it took me a lot of time. It was the same with Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. That as well was so hard for me to try and read. So I'm not sure if The Last Hours is before. Well, I think like time wise, it would be before the Ghosts of the Shadow Market, the Eldest Curses, the Wicked Powers, those. I don't know how it works. So if someone could tell me, can I read it or not, before reading those, that would be great, because I think I would enjoy The Last Hours a lot more. I did really, really like the Infernal Devices and the Dark Artifices. Yeah, I really enjoyed those. The Mortal Instruments, not so much. I'm not the biggest fan of the whole complicated, like 6 books kind of thing. Also, I read those when I was not completely fluent in English. So there's that as well. But the other ones I quite enjoyed. So I know I'm gonna like this. But let me know. The other reason that I have not got around to read it is one of the main characters is Iranian, is Persian, and I'm Persian, so I was not sure if I was gonna be okay with the references, maybe. Yeah, we don't get a lot of representation, so when we do, if it's not done right, it can be very damaging, and I personally would get really agitated, and I don't want to get agitated. So hopefully it's gonna be great, because if I'm not mistaken, Cassandra herself was either born in Iran or had lived in Iran for some time, so I think it's gonna be okay. Let me know. Another book that I did not finish, but I'm hoping to get to read this time around, is The Secret History. I have the biggest issue with main characters being humiliated. I don't like it. I don't like self-deprecating characters. The ones who talk so highly about others, but then about themselves, it's like, you know. However, I know that I'm gonna enjoy the murder part of The Secret History. So I really want to get through the awkward few chapters and then, get into where the story is more interesting. Another book that I'm hoping to read this year is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about it and would like to try it out. I've never read anything from her before. As we go on, you will realize that I have not read a lot of books. I have. The other book I'm gonna add to the list is The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. I loved the first trilogy, and I think I'm gonna like this one as well. I love Holly Black. I became like such a bookworm when I read Spiderwick from her. I really, really enjoyed that, and she opened the gates to the fantasy world for me. So I will definitely get into reading that this year. A lot of the books that I'm gonna mention here are classics. I did not get into reading a lot of classics when I was younger because my parents were kind of strict about romance books and things like that. So I'm hoping to read Jane Eyre, of course. I mean, I've seen the film. I'm pretty sure I know the story. I haven't gotten around to reading it. So that, 100 Years of Solitude. I should get into these books. I know, but I think the biggest issue is I am sort of afraid of feeling sad. I know a lot of these books are very emotionally engaging, and there's a lot of emotional baggage with it. I was hesitant getting into them, but let's hope that I'm mentally in the right place to read them this year. Another book that I'm sure I can finish in one day, but haven't got to read it yet, is The Stranger by Albert Camus. So I'm gonna add that to the list. And then Dune. I I heard a lot of people did not like the book, that it was too long, that it was very hard to get through. I watched the first film, not the second one. I have not still watched it, but the first one I quite liked it. And something that a lot of people did not mention about this book was that it referenced a lot of Middle Eastern elements and a lot of Middle Eastern languages and cultures and religious patterns. Um, I was pleasantly shocked by that because it was done very, how do you say, like, it was done very masterfully. So I think I'm gonna enjoy the books actually. So hopefully I can get to that. Okay, Others by the Bronte sisters, Wuthering Heights. I want to get into that book as well. The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. These are books I should have read by now. I know. I'm making an effort. I'm making the effort to read them. Okay, so Donna Tartt, another book by her, The Goldfinch. I know there's a movie about it, and I wanted to watch it, but I decided to read the book first before I watched that movie. The Time Traveler's Wife. I've heard very good things about this book, and I know that it's referenced in a lot of movies and a lot of other literary pieces. So I want to read that as well. Let me know what you think about Daisy Jones and the Six. I know there's a show about it. Not sure how I feel. Should I read it first and then get into it? Let me know. The other one I've seen a lot on Bookstagram. I assume that it's gonna be popular in BookTok as well, but I don't use TikTok, so I don't know. It's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria E. Schwab. I don't know. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, it has very high ratings, and I think I've seen it on Bookstagram a lot, recommended by a lot of people. So I want to read that as well. Another one that I'm hesitant to get into because of the emotional themes of it is My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I think she is half Iranian. A lot of these modern books, I think, have this very sad and theme about them, and I'm not sure if I can take it. So, which is why I was not sure if I should get into it. So, a lot of the other books that I want to read are very classic. So, like a lot of Tolstoy, a lot of Russian literature, a lot of Oscar Wilde, Charles Dickens, things that a lot of people have probably read by now. I want to catch up with them, so it's gonna be a lot of that. I'm gonna include a link to my book talk if that's possible, so that you can see the list for yourself and let me know what you think about it. What books would you recommend based on my goals and what I have already added to my list? And I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day.